the thing I want to get to now at this point in the conversation are the options for people, because we get asked, you and I, Dwayne, get asked questions
Yep.
about, for those who are in more of the Byzantine text, Textus Receptus, you know, the spheres of theology and you know, the circles, the theological circles that lean toward that. So maybe they've grown up in a King James background, or they've used the New King James a lot. They will ask about the modern English version.
Oh,
And I
yes.
get
Yep.
asked this all the time. And I think it's people who are like they don't want to read a critical text version,
Yep.
but they're willing now to consider something that's not King James. And so they want to know, what are our thoughts on the modern English version? And the problem is, I'm just going to say it, I feel like I haven't necessarily said this publicly. The reason I haven't talked about the modern English version is I actually tried to get a review copy of it a couple years ago, I think,
Yep.
and the people there,
Mm.
you know, when I tried to reach out to them, never really got back to me, and so I got the sense that it's not it's it's not getting of a lot of attention. I think there was an intent there to keep updating it and keep it, you know, out there in the public, but it feels, and I might be wrong, but it feels like whoever was spearheading that project, it's kind of gotten, you know, it's lost momentum. So
Right.
here's the upshot of that. No matter how much I like it, if it's not going to be published and used,
Right.
then
Right.
how do
Right.
I endorse it? You know what I mean?
Right. So it's actually funny. So I do have a copy here. And the reason I have a copy is because I popped into the Christian bookstore one day and it was sitting on the clearance shelf for like $5. And I was like,
Yeah.
$5 Canadian? Sweet. So I just like bought it up and I actually don't use it a whole lot. I mean, I peek into it from time to time, but it's not a regular usage in my arsenal of Bibles. So the problem is, right, the issue and maybe not the problem or issue, but the challenge with the MEV is you're going up against the King James version and you're going up against the New King James version. Not only are they like spectacular Bible translations, like you're not going to compete with the King James version. You're just not. You're not, right? It's a stalwart of the English language. It is what it is. And then the New King James version is absolutely beautiful translation, and it's got its roots in, right. Like people are using it, people are enjoying it, people are loving it, and then it's got the backing of Thomas Nelson, so they're able to produce the New King James version in all these different flavors, like the wide margins, the single column references, you name it. Nelson produced it. I got about 30 New King James Bibles here. They're all different. So they can do that, but the MAV can't, right? They're a
Mm.
small publishing company, and they just don't have the capacity to do that. Um, so, uh, so as far as the translation is concerned, um, yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like the New King James Version, right? That's the problem. It just doesn't feel like that. Um, I think I heard some rumblings about a second edition coming out. I don't know for certain.
Yeah.
It's
I'm actually
these are
seeing some comments. So, for example, Moises, good to see you here, Moises. He said
Hey.
that the MEV is full of typos and mistranslations. They were about a few thousand, and people waited and waited for it to be fixed. So that new edition, I think, is what he's talking
Yeah.
about,
Yeah.
and it never came to fruition, at least as of this recording. So yeah, I think that's been all of our experience. It's not that we have anything against the translation. It's just that they haven't. And I'll give you a counterexample. The Berean
Sure.
Standard Bible. The Berean Standard Bible is one that, when that came out, it's like, wow, another translation.
Yeah.
And I had a reluctance even to give it too much attention because we have so many translations. But they are consistently working on it and
Hmm.
making it widely available. They're licensing it in a very generous manner. And for that reason, I can really say, yeah, I'm willing to talk about the Berean Standard Bible and give it a thumbs up, because I think that they really are, um, keeping it current. The endeavors related to that
Yeah.
project are staying. You know, they are just being very consistent and diligent.